Welcome to KWFit. I'm Ken. This video is part of the Fit1Too workout program. Coming up next, I'm going to take you through the moves for Circuit 1 using resistance bands. So this workout's a full body circuit workout consisting of 6 moves per round, and our goal is to try to get through 4 rounds within 30 minutes. Now, if you don't make it through 4 rounds, that's okay. The main thing is that you write everything down in your workout guide, and then the next time you do this workout, you try to go a little bit further. We're going to be working in the 12 to 15 rep range today. That means that if you can do more than 15 reps, then you need to increase the amount of resistance that you're using. If you can't get to 12 reps, then you need to decrease the amount of resistance you're using until you get into that 12 to 15 rep range. Okay, let's get on to the moves. We're going to start off with squats. Now, I've posted another video in which I go into a lot more detail on how to properly perform a squat, and I'm going to put a link to it in the description as well as here in this video. I also dispel a couple of myths in that video that really need to die, so when you get a chance, go out and watch that video. Right now, I'm going to take the bands and I'm going to put them underneath both feet. My feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. I'm lining the bands up right underneath the arches of my feet, and I want to make sure that I have the same distance between my foot and the handle on both sides. I'm going to come down to the bottom part of my squat, bring the bands up behind my shoulders, and then come into an upright position like this. My chest is going to be out nice and proud. My shoulders are down and back as if I'm trying to put my shoulder blades in my back pocket. I'm also going to maintain that natural curve in my lower back. From here, I'm going to push my hips backwards as if I'm going to sit down in a chair, and I'm going to start lowering my butt down toward my heels, hinging at my hips, my knees, and my ankles. I'm going to go as low as I possibly can, maintaining that curve in my lower back, as well as keeping both feet flat on the floor. Now, if at any point you feel like you're starting to round your back, or if you feel like your heels are coming up off the floor, that's an indication that you may have gone too low. So the next time you do this, don't go as low. Once you're down at the bottom part of your rep, you're going to push through your heels back into an upright position, just like that. So once again, start by pushing the hips backwards like you're sitting down in a chair. Bring your butt down as low as you can, hinging at your hips, knees, and ankles. Once you get to the bottom of the rep, push through your heels back into an upright position. Now, I'm going pretty low. Some people aren't going to be able to go that low. Just go as low as what is safe for you. You shouldn't feel any pain in your lower back, your knees, or your ankles. If you do, then chances are you need to back off a little bit, either use less resistance or not go as low. Now, once you're done doing the number of reps you need to do, you're going to come down to the bottom of your rep like this, then bring your arms down, and then step off of the band, okay? You do not want to step off of this band when you're in an upright position because it's going to fly up and hit you. Next up, we have Scarecrows, which is going to work our shoulders. I'm going to start off by getting into a kind of a lunge position here. I'm going to put the band underneath my front foot, just right underneath the arch. I have my front knee bent, my back leg is straight. I'm going to bring my elbows up so they're equal to my shoulders, and I got a 90-degree bend in them. From here, I'm just going to rotate up so that my palms are now facing the wall in front of me, and I'm going to rotate back down so they're facing the floor. So this is the movement right here, just bringing it up kind of like you're signaling a touchdown, and then back down again. Now, watch the placement of your hands. You want to make sure that they stay pretty much above your elbows. You don't want them to come in next to your head, and you don't want to get them out too wide. So keep them pretty close to being right over your elbow, just like that. Bring them back down, and then up. All right, when you're done, make sure you bring the bands all the way down, and then step off of them. Now, rotate which foot is in front for every round. So this time I had my left leg forward. The next round, I'm going to put my right leg forward. And something else you can do if you need to take some of the slack out of the band, or if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can put the band under your back foot like that, and then bring your arms up and do your Scarecrows this way. This is going to put a little more tension on the band when you start the movement, so it's good if you want to give yourself a little extra challenge, or like I said, if you're shorter and you need to take some of the slack out of the band. Now we have bicep curls. So I'm going to take the band, I'm going to put it underneath both feet just like this. My feet are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to bend my knees slightly so I have a good base. I'm going to put my elbows in next to my sides. I'm going to keep them there nice and tight. From here, I'm just going to bring my palms up to my shoulders like this and then back down again, making sure that my back stays nice and straight. I don't want to arch over. And when I do this move, I also want to make sure that my hips aren't flying forward, trying to aid my hands and getting them up, okay? So keep your hips in place and just focus on bringing your palms up to your shoulders. The moment you start moving your hips back and forth, that's a pretty good indication that you've reached the number of maximum reps that you can do with this movement. Another thing to note too is that when you come up, control the weight on the way down. Don't let the bands just pull your arms right back down into that starting position, okay? Control the weight on the way down, just like that. Now we have tricep extensions. So I'm going to take the band, I'm going to put it on the floor like that. I'm going to work my right arm. So I'm going to step on this band with my right foot, and I'm going to come forward into that lunge position with my left leg forward, and the knee is slightly bent. My right leg is straight behind me. I'm now going to bring the band up behind my head like this, and my elbow is going to be pointed up toward the ceiling. From here, I'm going to extend my arm straight up, just like that, and then back down again. Now, you don't need a whole lot of weight for this move to be effective, okay? So start off really light, and then once you get used to this movement, you can increase the resistance later on. So once again, straighten the arm, like so, and then bring it back down behind your head. Now, if you notice that you start feeling that band rubbing against the back of your head, chances are you're bringing your elbow forward, okay? So bring it back and angle it up toward the ceiling, and that'll keep the band away from the back of your head as you do this movement. You should feel it right here in your tricep as you're extending your arm up, just like that. Now, once I'm done working the right arm, I'm going to do the same thing on the left side. I'm going to step on the band with my left foot, come forward into that lunge position, bring the band up behind my head, my elbow is pointed up toward the ceiling, and I'm going to just straighten my arm just like that, and then bring it back down behind my head again. All right? So that's basically it. That's how to do a tricep extension using resistance bands. Now we have single arm rows, and I'm going to set up in that same lunge position that we used before. I'm going to put the band underneath my front foot, and I'm going to grab the excess here with my left hand. I'm going to work my right hand, but I want to hang on to this excess band, because if I don't, it's going to start working its way underneath my foot, and each time I pull on the band, it's going to get easier and easier. Okay, so I'm going to come down here in this lunge position. My back leg is straight, front knee is bent here. My back is nice and straight, and I'm just going to pull this handle up into my chest like this. My elbow is going to go back past my back, just like that. So I'm going to come down like that and pull up into my chest. Once I'm done with the right side, I'm going to set up on the left side the same way. I'm going to put the band underneath my right foot, grab the excess with my right hand. My left leg is straight behind me, just like this, and I'm just going to pull that handle up right into my chest and then back down again. It's kind of like starting a lawnmower. All right, once you've done the reps you need to do, make sure you bring your arm all the way down and then step off the band. We're going to end each round tonight doing push-ups. Now, you can start off on your knees if this is the first time that you've done this workout and you haven't done push-ups in a while. Just make sure that if you're on your knees, that you're bringing your butt down with your shoulders as you go down to the ground and then come back up again, okay? Don't bend at the waist as you're doing this, okay? This is not the move, all right? Your butt should come down with your shoulders as you go toward the ground and then come back up again, all right? If you're able to, get on your toes, come down as low as you can, and then come back up just like that. All right, so these are pretty much standard push-ups. Now, if you need to, you can grab the backpack and put some weight in it, because throughout this workout, we want to stay in that 12 to 15 rep range. So if you're someone that can do more than 20 push-ups at a time, then you might want to grab the backpack, put some weight in it, and use that so that keeps you into that 12 to 15 rep range. Another thing that you can do too, if you're not quite ready for doing push-ups on your knees, you can come to the wall. You can start off by doing push-ups to the wall like this. The further your feet are away from the wall, the harder it's going to be. All right, so if you can come in here closer, this is going to be much easier. You can also do it off of a bench. Okay, just make sure that your bench or your chair or whatever you're using is not going to slide away from you, but you can come out this way and do your push-ups here, and you can also go to your knees as well. So there's several different ways in which you can do push-ups. Look, I know that sometimes push-ups can be pretty challenging, and a lot of people fear the push-up, but there's several ways that you can get started here, like I just showed you, against the wall and against a chair or doing your knees. You'll be surprised at how much you're going to be able to progress over the next 90 days when doing push-ups. Okay, those are the moves you're going to need for the Circuit 1 workout. Now keep in mind, the whole point of this program is to improve every time you do the workout. So don't get discouraged if you don't make it through all 4 rounds. If you only do 2 rounds the first time through this, that's fine. The next time you do the workout, that's why we write everything down. So you can go and look at what you did last time and try to do better, all right? So add more rounds, add more reps, try to add more weight. But each time you do the workout, you just want to improve in some way. Now, if you always do this workout using the same amount of weight and you doing the same number of reps, sooner or later you're going to plateau and your body is going to stop changing, all right? We don't want that. We want change. So make sure you're constantly challenging yourself every time you do these workouts. Okay, that's it. It's time to get to the actual workout. Good luck.